The Quilting House, A Hickory Grove Christmas. Written by Elizabeth Bromke. Narrated by Cecily White. Prologue. Some years earlier. Liesel Hart stood behind a stretch of folding tables, each with a thick red tablecloth draped over it. A honey-baked ham sat squarely in front of Liesel. Its rich glaze seeped into the slices she'd carved half an hour earlier when the event had begun. On either side of the ham spread platters and dishes galore. Mashed potatoes and stuffing puffed like clouds in their serving bowls, most still half full. A second share of cranberry sauce filled one of Liesel's own personal antique dishes, an heirloom from her mother. Creamed Brussels sprouts waited inside a cast-iron pan. It was the Hickory Grove Community Christmas dinner, and Liesel was overseeing everything from the recipes to the decorations, down to the invitations. Although there weren't exactly invitations to Little Flock's holiday supper. Both the Thanksgiving event and the Christmas event were open to the public, with a particular emphasis on those who were in want of a place to spend their evening. A place with other people and with down-home food. This particular year, Liesel had even coordinated a charitable raffle. Community members were generous enough to donate various goods and services, and Liesel would dole out raffle tickets with each plateful of food she passed along the serving line. Among the batch of donations were gift certificates to the beauty shop, Maggie Engel's place of work, tickets to the Dotson Museum in Louisville, courtesy of Fern Monroe, curator, a whole selection of pies by Mally of local Mally's fame, a waterproof wristwatch from the jewelers on Main, and other goodies too. Usually, one private individual from town would donate a healthy sum to cover all the costs of the food, paper products, and decorations. The priest would normally funnel this donation through Fern Monroe, who helped with the church's administrative duties from time to time, particularly when it came to financials and tithing. The Hickory Grove Charitable Committee would deem the individual the Secret Santa, an appropriate nickname, Liesel figured. Liesel herself had offered up one of her handmade quilts. It was a project she had spent the year on, hoping she'd have a special person to whom to give the piece. This one her mother had helped her with. It was a complicated pattern, and Liesel wanted it to be just right. Ah, yes, Liesel's annual project. Each year, on New Year's Day, she made exactly one resolution. The thing of it was, however, that it wasn't so much a resolution as it was a wish. A private deal between Liesel and herself. A superstition, even. Liesel would set about a big project. Maybe it was a crafting project, like a quilt. Or maybe it was a personal endeavor, like the year she committed to learning sign language. Her deal was this. If, by the time she was finished with her endeavor, she hadn't met someone yet, then that meant that she was working on the wrong thing. If she had met someone by the time she'd accomplished her end goal for that year, then it meant she was headed in the right direction, and she had better see that endeavor through to the bitter end. This year, if she met someone by the time she'd finished her quilt, then she was meant to make quilts for the rest of her life, just as her mother had before her. Afghans, quilts, and baby blankets. The house off of Main Street was chock full of them. The idea behind this deal, you see, was that Liesel was at least doing something productive while she waited for Mr. Perfect. Even now, being over the hill, a mustard seed of faith remained in her heart that she wasn't too old. She wasn't too anything to meet someone to love. Someone to love her, too. "Merry Christmas!" a gruff voice bellowed in front of Liesel as she studied the ham once again, willing it to carve itself. She glanced up, her eyebrows pricking together. The man standing before her was no charity case. He was a local, an employed, self-sufficient local. Lonesome, maybe, but not in need of anything. Liesel hadn't been confronted with this sort of thing quite yet. Mainly, she'd just served vagrants. Types who'd found
Sample complete. Ready to continue?